How's it going? RP here. I just wanted to record this video real quick to show you all exactly how I was able to make $4,453 in 14 minutes. So real quick, this is my broker statement. This is showing the exact time that I entered the trade and how much money I made. And I only took one trade, so obviously I had 100% winning trades. But I also want to show you guys my monthly results real quick. And right after, I'll show you guys the exact trade I took. But this is my results so far for the month of April. So I actually have not taken a single loss in the month of April. I've taken 9 trades, and they've all been winners. So I started the month, that $46 was pretty much a break-even day, so I didn't take a loss. That was just the fees. But I also didn't take a win, so it was just the first day of the month I didn't make any money, and then I was up 5,000, and then you can see 8,000, then 25,000, 30,000, 35,000, 40,000, and then this recent trade just brought me up to a total profit of $50,889 after fees and everything. So that is how much money I am up for the month. This number right here, I've paid $322 in fees, which honestly isn't that bad. Being that I've made, $50,000, $300 in fees is very reasonable. So let's talk about the trade I took. So yesterday's trade was a break and retest to the upside. This is one of my favorite setups to take. And the main thing about this setup and the reason that I love it so much is it is so systematic, right? We are looking for a very specific thing. If it plays out, bam, we take the trade, we make money. If it doesn't play out, we don't need to trade, right? We don't need to take the trade. So a break and retest simply means that you are looking for price to break above the New York Open like this, right? The New York Open, by the way, before any of you guys are like, what's the New York Open? The New York Open is this level right here, right? Let me fix that. This candle right here at 8 a.m. So what we're doing is we're marking out this first candle right here at 8 a.m. This is the New York session open. So this is when the volume starts coming in from the New York session. And this is different than the stock market open, right? So the stock market open is at 9:30. The stock market open is when a lot of the volume comes in. But the 8 a.m. open is when the Forex session starts. This is when the banks start trading. This is when people start actively placing, trades on ES or on the index. So I mark out that level. Then I look for a break above. I'm looking for price to come above. This is the break, right? So this is the break aspect of it. Bam, we get the break. And then I look for the retest, right? Which is right here. And then using my risk to reward system, I calculate my stop loss and I enter right at that retest. So I actually entered right there. Once we get the retest, I have my stop usually right below this midpoint. And I got out for a nice profit of about a 1 to 3 risk to reward. And I made $4,500 on that trade. And I did miss that giant move right there, but I'm completely okay with that. The reason I'm completely okay with that is because this was news. So if I was trading during this stuff, I would have been getting chopped around a lot, right? So I was not interested in this. I was just trying to catch my points right here and then get out. So I left right there. I knew that we were going to have news, and we had some pretty crazy movement due to news. So a lot of people got chopped around, but I was able to catch that move and completely avoid all that chop. The main thing that I really want you guys to understand with my strategy is just how systematic it is, right? Because, for example, today I was looking for a break and retest to the upside. I didn't get one, or we did have one earlier in the day, but I didn't take that because I like to usually wait until about 9. So we didn't get one. I was looking for it, so I didn't take a trade, right? Simple as that. There are a few other setups that I could have looked for today, but I'm just focusing on quality over quantity, and it's been paying off, as you all can see. The problem that most traders make is they don't have a system. They have an idea of the levels that they like, right? They might know a few key levels that they're interested in, but they don't actually have a system. They don't actually have something where they can sit down every single day and say, hey, here is exactly what I am looking for. If you guys want to look at some of my other break and retests that I've taken, you will be able to see very clearly that the setup repeats itself quite a bit. That was my break and retest on, or that was yesterday actually. That was the trade that we were talking about. So that was right there. And I talked about that before. You can say I was looking for a break and retest of today's New York Open to the upside. I sent that out at 9 o'clock. And then last week, I was also able to catch a bunch of break and retests. So last week, I said I was looking for a break and retest to the downside. So just as we talked about, there's the break. I was looking for a retest. Test just means touch, right? I know it sounds like super complicated. Traders, you'll notice this, traders like to use big words, but in my trading, I keep everything so simple. So that's one thing that I always promise you guys is I will keep it simple. I'm not here to confuse you. I'm here to help you. So I was able to take that trade, and I had a perfect entry on that trade. So I actually got into a few contracts here, and then I got into one final contract right at the top, and that was a big boy trade for me. I made $11,000 off of that trade. And then the day before, I also took a break and retest, which was a little bit smaller of a trade. I only caught a few points on that, but I made $3,000. And yeah, so that's really just one of my favorite setups to trade, the break and retest setup. And I want to show you guys some other people who were taking that trade as well, because I was not the only one who got in on that trade yesterday. So yesterday, as you all know, I sent it out, so people were able to see exactly what I was looking for. And my man Benny, shout out Benny if you're watching this, which you definitely are because you're a hardworking dude. 10 grand, right? He made actually more than 10 grand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He made about $11,000 or just over $11,000 off of that break and retest. So that's awesome to see. I'm gonna go ahead and like that. My man Young Maja also caught that break and retest. He was trading NASDAQ. Some people trade Forex. They trade the CFDs or the index versions of the futures contracts. That's completely okay, right? As long as you guys are trading something similar to what I'm trading, you can make money. I've seen people trade SPY and make money with my strategy. I've seen people trade ES. I've seen people trade SPX on a Forex broker. So it really isn't like you have to be trading futures, so don't get too concerned about that. Calabrese made $1,400 off of that break and retest. Mickey Mouse House also made some money off of that break and retest. And then Cass is absolutely crushing it. Good stuff, Cass. And then today, people are cashing in as well. People are looking for some longs off of a pullback of a trend, which is another setup that I'll talk about in a different video. So glad people were able to catch some good trades today. And yeah, everybody. So if you are interested in joining the premium community, I'm just letting you know right now we're doing something which we will likely never do again. It's free, right? There's literally no risk for you to join. We're doing a refund guarantee. So if you join and if you follow our trades and if you're not profitable, I am so confident that you will be profitable that if you do join and you're not, I will give you your money back, right? So I'm not doing that to get you to join. I'm doing that because I am so confident that you will make money that I am willing to give you your money back if you don't, because everybody who joins is making hundreds of dollars, right? Thousands of dollars. So once you start making money, which in most cases is very quickly after people join, you are not going to think about $99. So it's a win-win because for me, I make money, you join, and for you, you get value, you make a lot of money, and you join. So that's why I'm doing this. I'm doing this because I'm extremely good at what I do, and I'm extremely confident that I can get results. So I'm willing to put my reputation on the line and the money on the line and allow you to join with zero risk to you. If you're interested in what's going on in the premium chat or in the premium community, we have a chat, which is where we can just talk about really anything. So people are talking about different strategies and how to learn, giving out discount codes right here to some funded accounts, and this is awesome. So recently, actually, somebody just passed his funded account. He says, just passed my funded account thanks to this community. Good stuff. Got it signed by the CEO and everything. Good stuff, man. If you're watching this, good job, Alicio. So then we have asset-specific chats, which is where we will talk about the exact asset that we're trading. So this is the futures chat. This is the options chat. And damn, people are absolutely crushing it in the options chat. That's cool to see. Good stuff, Matt. I'm in here a lot, so if you guys want to talk to me, you can find me in the chats. Crypto chat, I was talking about some plays that I gave out, and people were loving them. And we also have a meme coin chat. We have a daily watch list, which is where we are going to send you plays for SPY and QQQ. We're going to send you our key levels. So this is basically saying if SPY goes over 540, we expect it to see 542 and above. And if SPY goes under 532, we expect it to see 526 and below. So we're just giving you guys key levels that we're looking at. This is the futures game plan. This is where I send out my personal trades. We have options alerts. We have our options analyst who send out options trades. Crypto alerts, crypto education. Then we got some crypto news, crypto calls, sentiment trades, which is like a little bit, longer term trades. David's alerts. This is where we send out NQ signals. So I'm doing my trades on ES, but this is for NQ. Damn, good stuff. Yeah, we're absolutely killing it. That's awesome. You can literally see a live example of us sending out a signal. So if you guys are wondering how you could have made money here, all you would have to do is just copy the signal. It's really that simple. So you would have just had to be on your computer around 9:59, and you get a notification too. And it's okay if you're a few minutes late. Bam, you take the signal, and then you would have made 150 points just like that, just by listening to what we're telling you. And we tell you exactly when to get out to. We say price target 2 and 3 hit, and people made quite a bit of money off of that trade, as you all can see. That was Monday, so this is all from that. Yeah, people absolutely crushed it. Good stuff. And then we also have some more crypto alerts here. We have some course content for you all, which I'm not going to go in right now because I don't want you guys to be peeking in there, but we have some great stuff in there. And then we also have a voice lounge, which is where you guys can chop it up, and then a live stream lounge, which is where I will go live. You guys can ask me questions. Sometimes I'll do some trading. Sometimes really just whatever. Just for whatever reason, I'll be going live. But if you aren't interested in joining, just know that there is literally zero risk to you. And if you're somebody who's starting, joining a community is the way to make money. If you're serious about this and you want to actually make money, you have to be around people who are, one, literally giving you profitable trades, literally spoon feeding you profitable trades like the one I just showed you. Two, you have to be around people who are actually making money trading so you have a profitable strategy. If you're a beginner and if you're watching this video, you probably don't have a strategy. So without a strategy, it's impossible to make money. So you're going to need a strategy, and then you're also going to need some place where you can actually ask people questions. You can talk about your trades. So if you'd like to join, I'd love to see you inside. We have a great program. You'll crush it. That's why I'm so confident. I'm not just saying this. The reason I record these videos is to show you all exactly what we do. So it's not just like some mystery. You guys can come in here and see exactly everything we do. So if you'd like to join, you can click the link in the description of this video, and I'll talk to you all soon.